Hi everyone, this is Meir. I am continuing my messages and I have a very important thing to tell all of you. I remember in the 1980s when I came to Israel, I was given a spotlight with being in the most known journal in the country, in being in the two big papers, and in being on several major radio shows, and hundreds of people went to my lectures. I remember in Brazil, I was known, and several papers wrote about me. Some better writing, some worse writing. And in the 90s, I had access to many papers like The Examiner in San Francisco, The Chronicle. It was wonderful. Normally, the way that people treated my message of self-healing, which I think is so important and is really revolutionary, was like a weird thing from the side that they will report to the public who might be interested. And that's that. Sometimes they interviewed my opposition. Many times they just let me talk and were hoping that nobody will pay attention. Fortunately, many people did pay attention to what I was saying, and my video, Yoga for Your Eyes, became a best-selling video. My book, Self-Healing My Life and Vision, that was transformed to Movement for Self-Healing, was a best-selling book as well. And my crowds were pretty big. In this country, kind of smaller, 80, 90 people. In Israel, 300. In Brazil, 900. And I was very happy with what happened. But the pandemic came. And something awful happened during the pandemic. People who opposed the establishment were considered to be heretics. And even shows that I had an easy access in denied me any access. That was very, very interesting. Now, I never voiced an opinion whether I'm pro-vax or anti-vax. I don't mind if people decide not to take the vaccine, and I have no negative opinion about people who took it, like myself, without which I could never travel and teach. And I always think about supporting a person no matter what that person decided. But some people who are anti-vax decide that those who are pro-vax are either stupid or mean or bad. I've heard again from some of my clients, I don't want to be around people who were vaccinated. Something is wrong with them. Well, I think nothing is wrong with having your opinion as your decider. But my issue is much bigger than that. Do you all remember Dr. Semmelweis? Well, he found that women who delivered infants at home had live infants, and doctors who delivered infants in the hospital had dead infants, 10-1. For every 10 infants that dies at the hand of doctors, Dr. Semmelweis discovered that one died from home delivery. And nobody knew why. Well, most of the doctors then were fascinated by cadavers. So they would go study cadavers, open them up, learn the muscles, learn the digestive system, learn the hearts, and with the same hands, they delivered infants. Can you imagine that? Today we can't even think about that. But Dr. Semmelweis have paid with his life. The medical profession have ostracized him. The medical profession put him in a hospital for the crazy people, mental hospital, and there he was killed by a guard. How about that? He was so frustrated that people did not accept his viewpoint, but only after his death his viewpoint became the regular viewpoint. So, my viewpoint used to be controversial. It isn't anymore, but it looks outside of the establishment. So, listen to that. I was interviewed by the biggest television channel in Israel. They interviewed me before the pandemic, and I got 3 minutes on a very credible show on the brain. Now that they read about the fact that I was there, they interviewed me again. But now, since I'm not an MD, they decided to not bring it to the public. And I talked about the eyes and the brain. How pathetic. Now I was interviewed by WebMed. That's what it's called, right? WebMed, which means you can actually go to the website and get doctor's advice. I've gotten a wonderful article submitted to them with a writer that normally submits articles to them. The editor loved it. The higher-ups rejected it. And what really got me fired up is that there's a lady who studied with me when she was in San Francisco and also calls me from time to time when she is in Washington State. She belongs to the Library of the Blind, and she asked them to read my book, Vision for Life, which is a popular book these days. It's in 20 different languages. And it's definitely on Audible, and you can all hear it. And what she was told by the Library of the Blind is that it's against the opinion of the oculist, that they don't think that this work can do any good. When was the time that when people felt one way or another, they would let a person expose himself to their platform? This is atrocious. I had such easy time getting to the media in the past and an impossible time getting to the media these days, simply because they became very sensitive to opposing viewpoints. Look at what happened in the Library of the Blind. A woman who benefited from my work and wanted to hear it in a book, who is legally blind and had relief only with my work, cannot publish my book, and I send her a free copy to give to the Library of the Blind of Washington State. Cannot publish it because some oculists do not agree with me. Guess what? I don't agree with them either. They have to have physiotherapy for the eye and the brain. We teach that. But they don't allow us to bring it up. So my concept is different than the medical concept. I believe that while physiotherapy does not succeed with muscular dystrophy, it can be healed, and we have a proof for it. We have a whole video on that one. I believe that multiple sclerosis can be reduced, and I'm proving it daily. I believe that back pain shouldn't even be here, and that's why I'm writing a new book, which is calling Taking Back Your Back. Taking it out of all those experts that make it worse, because you can make it better with simple movements and imagery. Listen, at this point, we are returning to a Stalinist era where basically all that can be out is what the establishment accepts. And they call themselves democracy. No way. They don't allow things which are not common to be on their show. And I would like it to be reversed. So any one of you who can help me to get on any media, bless your heart and let me know that you can do it. Any one of you who knows a good publicist that can convince the media well, let me know as well. Any one of you can get me to a lecture, to a group of lecture, and I remember a physician who told me, I'm so angry at what the media did to you that I'm going to get a group of physicians who believe in holistic health to hear you. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. Platforms that can help me express the fact that your eyes can be healed and actually never have problem in the first place. That your back can have no pain. That you can avoid arthritis. That you can prevent paralysis. My goodness, what terrible thing I'm saying. All I'm saying is it's time to learn things outside of the institution, except the media became a part of the institution. So I want you all to help me spread my work. And so I'm going to go to Israel. Even though Channel 11 didn't put me in, I still have a lot of interest in my work. I'm going to teach classes there. I'm going to go to Paris to teach people who already know eye exercises to help people who are legally blind to see better. I'm going to go to Spain and do the same thing. And I believe that I'll be able to break through the incredible wall, like the Berlin Wall that they put in front of me, or the Wall of China. I want to break through so I can get to the world with my messages. Many blessings to all of you, and much love, Meir.